Alright, hello and welcome. So, these are going to be my first impressions and my build on Ivara. Also, right off the top, I'd like to just say, this video is going to contain no spoilers for the second dream. Nothing story related, all you're going to see is the new Simulacrum and Ivara. I'm going to obscure as much as possible for as long as I can until you console players can actually do the second dream and be surprised by it. So, let's just talk about Ivara. So Ivara is really good. Ivara is insanely good, actually, as it happens. All of her powers are really effective. Like, really effective. So let's kind of just go over, like, what they do. So Quiver is kind of 4 different powers that are all different arrow variants. The first is a cloaking field that you can shoot onto allies, which is, I assume that immediately sounds fantastic. I love it. It's awesome to be like helping your teammates and just stealthing them so that they can kind of just act as they please. Super helpful for squishy frames like Nova. The cloak arrow is amazing. Second arrow, dash wire. Dash wire was one of the arrows that I thought I probably wouldn't get very much use out of, and it's more of a gimmicky thing. And the second part of that is true, is that it is more of a gimmick, but when combined with Prowl, dash wire gives you a lot of options that I'll talk about when we get to Prowl. The third arrow, noise. So noise is kind of an aggro arrow, and it brings a lot of enemies together into one area. It seems like this arrow may not be working as intended right now, so like I haven't really gotten it to like do it. And it's supposed to be able to like you shoot it at allies and they get aggro, and I haven't really tested that part either. So I'm not really sure if noise is going to become an arrow that I use a lot once I kind of get some more time with it and figure out exactly what I need to use it for. But I noticed it doesn't like take enemies' attention away from my allies, like look at the ground where I shot it and stuff like that. So that one might be what I thought dash wire is going to be. And then we have sleep. So sleep is great. It is a setup for finishers, which means that Ivara has a way around armor, which is awesome. And then beyond that, it is an AoE stun. That's just really good. Usually I'm using it for just like single targets, like big enemies, like the heavy gunners, and my arrows are really cheap, so it's actually really effective, and they stay asleep for a long time. You can see here, 20-second stun. That's pretty exceptional. All of the arrows, I think, are gonna be a thing that I use at least every so often, at the very minimum. So the second skill we have here is Navigator, and there's 2 things that I'm not 100%, well, more so one thing that's kind of combined. It's 2 things about one thing. We'll go with that. Navigator lets you take control of some projectiles, definitely arrows, definitely the Ogress, definitely the Tonkor. For some reason, I can take over Sinoid Simulor balls, and I can just bounce them around forever, and they never stop, which is kind of fun, but I'm not really sure why I can do it. And when you do this, you get a headshot multiplier, and the damage multiplier is 6.5 right now, which is a lot. Now, the thing that I'm not 100% sure on is how multiplier growth is affected, or what affects multiplier growth exactly. I think it might actually be range, which is really weird. But on the whole, being able to like shoot a dread arrow and then guide it through a bunch of enemies, especially getting like those guaranteed headshots pretty much because I'm driving the arrow, super good. Actually really useful, way less of a gimmick than I gave it credit for, I think, whenever I was first talking about what my impressions before I had played Ivara were. And its third ability is where things get real sweet, like delicious, like this is the best cake, like this is great, this is just give me like 8 servings of that, please. Prowl is toggled invisibility. With a lot of, like, it's not just that. It has bonuses on top of that, which is insane. First of all, you get the headshot multiplier, which is just like that. Okay, yes, invisible with a headshot multiplier, that makes sense, sure, but that's just really good, fantastic. Actually synergizes with Navigator with its damage multiplier, which I'm pretty sure is a critical multiplier for Navigator. It could just be raw damage, which would be even better than I thought it was, but it seemed like I was only getting the bonus damage on headshots. But the headshot multiplier on top is great. You can have Prowl and Navigator. You can do them both at the same time. It's super good. The power range, the range of it is actually your pickpocketing range. And then steal time is obviously how long it takes you to pickpocket. So this is like just kind of a bonus. Like, let's say you want to get Crimson Dervish from Bombards. You have another chance at that whenever you see a Bombard. Just walk up, pickpocket, kill him. 2 chances at the item you want. Kind of just a bonus on top of Prowl being very, very good. Yeah. Whenever we do the test, you'll see what Prowl is about. And then the last one here is Artemis Bow. So, Artemis Bow is... It's really good. Like, really good. But I feel like I get more out of my Dread using Navigator than when I'm using the Artemis Bow. I don't know. It goes... It's because I don't know the exact stats of the Artemis Bow, if it's like raw better than the Dread. But usually I'm just sticking to my Dread because it doesn't cost me energy to use, and I don't usually run out of Dread ammo. But the Artemis Bow is really interesting. So you summon a Mighty Bow. Summoning it, I believe, costs a little bit of energy, but then you can just have it out, and it's not constantly draining your energy. You're only draining energy whenever you fire it, so you're using energy as ammo with this, which I think is a way better way to do it than have it be like an Exalted Blade, which with a fan of arrows like this would be crazy, ridiculous, overpowered. But yeah, that's those are what the powers are, and this here is the build that I've been using. I think that Ivara is probably going to immediately get some Forma from me to fill in this last slot and this Exila slot. But this build as it is right now is also very, very good. It's been working out super well. And if you're someone that is not going to use your 1 a whole lot, swapping Streamline for like Stretch for some extra range actually makes a lot of sense. But I feel like most people will be using their 1 excessively, so having the full efficiency is still very effective, even though it's not like giving you more for your toggles than you would get with just fleeting. Alright, but yeah, that is the build, so let's get to the Simulacrum, because this isn't going to take very long, I'll tell you that right now. Alright, so we've got a new Simulacrum, and it's quite nice. It took me some getting used to at first, but I think I like it overall. It's actually more challenging because it gives the enemies, specifically the tough like Bombards and Heavy Gunners, actually a lot more ways to fight me effectively because I don't have as much cover in this place. Even though it appears like I have more, it's actually more difficult because the cover is thinner. But yeah, I really like the new Simulacrum. It's definitely better to look at, 100% that. So, let's just get this test started. I think before that I'm going to show what all the arrows look like. So this is the stealth one. Note I have like half range on it. And the way I have it modded, it lasts like, how many seconds exactly? 25 seconds, pretty much exactly. Really good. You can hit teammates with this and turn them invisible, as I said before. It's fantastic. And then the dash, or dash wire arrows. These are actually really effective for like being above enemies and then just making yourself invisible and then just being able just to be up here. Super nice. And I don't think that these ever go away. I have never seen one disappear in all the time that I have been playing so far, so I'm going to just assume that they don't go away. So use them wisely and not in places you don't want them. Noise arrow. That's what it does. Yep. And then the sleep arrows. Not much of an effect. Well, a visual effect until you actually see it in action. So, speaking of seeing it in action, let's just jump right into this. So, because I'm using weapons, obviously enemies need to be level 80. And Ivara does, sort of need weapons. She needs a primary. You could do without everything else, though, honestly. The primary mods also affect Artemis bow, which I think I forgot to mention. Oh, and the other thing I forgot to mention is that for Prowl, you will momentarily pop out of Prowl if you're using a non-silenced weapon, which is important to note. Alright, so let's Prowl. So let's mess with the noise arrow, I think, a little bit. Let's see if I can get them all. Everybody? Ah? Ah? Nothing? Okay. Alright, well then. I guess that's that. Oh, wait, right. These guys. Oh, come on. There we go. Those guys are dead now. Okay, you're still asleep. Oh. Try that one more time. There we go. Yeah, not bad. I like the glaive because I can throw it, but not great for the stealth kills. Obviously, there are definitely better weapons for that. Sure, there's something clever I could do here. Yeah, this is the type of ridiculous power that Ivara has. Oh, you know what? I can use this. Let's do this. You can just kind of guide that wherever you want. Yeah, let's get rid of these normal enemies. I'll just use the Artemis bow. As you can see, this is pretty powerful. It's very strong. It's got some kick. It's got some damage. It murders, just in general. Also, you'll notice I am moving slower. I wonder what... Oh, nice. Obviously, that's better whenever you can actually get mods out of enemies. There we go. Where did that other guy go? Hey there, bud. Gonna give me some energy? Thank you. Also, you can roll to be faster. Just a little bit faster. And it's important that you can still roll while you're doing this, because if you see like an Xmas firewall coming towards you, you can roll it for the damage reduction. And pretty much take only shield damage from that. Oh, you know what I wanted to show off? Let's get rid of the Artemis bow. I want to show you can control the glaive. It's super cool. Throw. And because I have punched through on this, obviously this is going to be more significant. You can speed up and slow down by using left click and right click. Oh. Eek, gotta get out of that. I was running out of energy. Definitely not advised to do that for too long. It is very fun to do, though. I like it a lot. Is that everybody? Oh, this guy's hiding. You are adorable. Go to sleep. There we go. There it is. Ivara can just kind of play with enemies. And, like, while doing so, like, obviously shooting these at your teammates. Like, hit these, like, this is, you're basically, your one has the, like, obviously for yourself, you're not putting these on yourself. Like, you can obviously, like, for sure, if you really wanted to, you could just jump into one. And that would be cool. And there are ways to hit your sentinel with them where it could follow you like that. But you'd probably just use Prowl instead. But the main benefit of these cloaking arrows is that you can just, like, look to your left and be like, oh, hey, Trinity. I mean, you're really good, but you could probably be invisible too, right? Wouldn't that be even better? Hey, Nova. Oh, look, you have Loki invisibility now. Like, it's such a team tool, and it's so awesome. And people appreciate it too. Like, making it so that, like Wukong is invisible, Excalibur is invisible. Like, you give them like opportunities whenever you're doing it, and like it's kind of nice. It's really nice to like be able to do that. Let's just get one of these for good measure. Also, you go invisible whenever you do that. That's actually worth noting. I had forgotten because I'm usually in Prowl whenever I'm firing it. Yeah, so you are actually safe whenever you are shooting that. But yeah, after I form Ivara, I think one of the few changes I'll probably make is I'll add Flow to her, honestly, and then Prime Flow after I get it. Because having a really large energy pool goes well with Quick Thinking that I have installed, and then just having more energy means that like spamming this isn't like bad. And just in general, like... Oh, also you can use all your powers with Ivara on ziplines, and then this is going to be added in for the other Warframes, I believe. Oh, and then what Artemis arrows look like. The other ones still curve off, but you can still control the one. And that's one of the things that I'm like, I don't know, is I'm not 100% sure what is better, like using my Dread arrows or using my like Ivara bow arrows, the Artemis bow, I guess. But yeah, this frame is really good. If you like being sneaky, I have good news. This frame is really sneaky, really like helpful to the team, and actually does damage because like you get the Artemis bow, and like normally you get this like upward fan, but then you could hold it and you get the side to side fan. And like this is actually like crowd control, and this is single target damage, and it just works. Her kit just comes together to just fucking work, and it is so like satisfying to play. Like it's super fun. I like this frame a lot. Like this is probably my favorite frame since like, ooh, oh man. I don't even know. This is just a really damn good frame. I really like, the problem I'm having is that I really liked Wukong as well, and I still like Wukong. And like these two most recent frames that we've gotten have just been a damn joy to use. And they're very different too. Wukong and Ivara, not similar. Nope, not even a little bit. But they're very fun. Oh, and the farm for Ivara is actually really good for new players. So doing those spy vaults, which can be done incredibly quickly. Getting a bunch of keys, getting a bunch of like essential mods, getting some rares, getting some of like the status elemental damage stuff. Just the whole thing with Ivara has just been super good. And those are my first impressions of Ivara, and that's damn. They did a really good job, because I also really like how she looks. Her unique look is nice. Mostly I like the floppy hat, but you know, whatever. Floppy hats are cool. Sue me. I'll see you guys tomorrow.